Now, because of the changes of FIRPTA recently, we want to touch base on that as well from the standpoint of who needs to worry about FIRPTA. Now, when they buy, I know when people are buying, they don't know that there are taxes involved at the time of purchasing, but they're not so much informed that there are tax ramifications when you decide to sell.
Correct.
Okay.
And it comes as a surprise to many investors, and that's bad. That's bad education of your client. But I also want to remind your clients and my clients that the FIRPTA withholding is a temporary tax. Bottom line is the U.S. tax authorities wants to make sure that if you have a non-U.S. person selling U.S. real estate, that they get the taxes they ultimately are due on the gain of the property.
Okay.
So that's why there's the FIRPTA rules in place.
Okay.
But even if there's a withholding tax on, there will be on the sale if it's not structured to avoid it. But let's say it is, there's a FIRPTA at the closing, at the sale of the property, there's a withholding. Then that individual, when that individual filed their final U.S. tax return and say there was no gain, say all the withholding was unnecessary, then that FIRPTA tax will be refunded. So think of it as an estimated tax payment. Now it can be quite severe to pay 15% of the gross sales price, and there is a way to avoid it.
Yes.
But the right team must be in place before the sale.
Okay. Now, when you said right now 15%, then I'm saying, okay, well, I know after we talked about few things that there's 10% still there.
Yes.
And it's something else though, that some people don't have to worry about taxes because of the category that is, okay, we have the one that is buying it to reside in it.
And less than 300,000 or less.
Yes.
Check.
Then there's another one that is buying it just for vacation once or twice a year. Okay. They buy a property that stays empty except when they come out here, and it's vacation.
Yes.
It can be also resident if we apply the rule of residency and see how long they've been here. Is that correct?
Well, let me first address FIRPTA.
Okay, before you do that, I want to say the last one.
Yes.
And then we have the category of the investor that just buys and rents it out, and that one really is the one that have to be aware of the FIRPTA rules.
Correct.
So go ahead and answer all of that. That way we're clear on who is affected.
So whenever a foreign person, whether it's a foreign business or a foreign individual, sells U.S. real estate, they should be concerned about withholding. However, if the sales price of that particular U.S. real property is 300,000 or less, and the buyer intends to use it as or reside there for a certain amount of time, then there's no withholding.
Okay.
Upon closing.
Okay. So residing there, check. No worries about FIRPTA.
Correct.
Then let's go to the next category.
The next category is then if a non-U.S. person sells U.S. real estate and the sales price is between 300,000 and $1 million, then there's only a 10% withholding. That's some of the old rules. And then above that, then there's 15.
On that category as well, we have the check for residency.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
So they may not really have to be concerned if we have that residency.
It's always residency and then the price we go to. So either there's 0 withholding or 10% withholding.
Okay, let's say we have, I have clients, go ahead.
But I think you mixed a little bit the rules regarding purpose of the home.
Okay, yes, the purpose of the home.
Yeah, so the taxation of the home that's just used for once in a while the owner, the non-US owner comes, lives here, does not violate any tax laws, does not violate any immigration laws. He just stays and enjoys his Miami condo with his family. Example.
Okay.
They do not have ongoing US tax reporting requirements.
So in other words, they don't have to file taxes?
Correct.
Okay.
They have to pay their real estate taxes.
Yes, well, we all do.
Yes.
People sometimes they thinking that, oh, well, I'm foreigner, maybe there are things that apply to me that do not apply to local. No, we do pay taxes as well. So the property taxes that you will pay, we will pay. Obviously, there's difference on homestead, so on and so forth.
Yes.
Okay, move on.
Okay, move on. Let's say this family enjoying their Miami condo, they just stay there, they never rent out, they never use the property for business. Okay, it's simply family and friends enjoying the home, the condo in Miami. Now the market goes up, they see an opportunity, they are done with Miami, they want to come to Disney in Orlando and buy a property from you. They are selling their property, they're selling it. Now we have a non-US person selling US real estate. Guess what?
FERPTA. Now, thinking about that, when, let's say he's in Miami, he wants to move here,
Move or buy property?
buy property here, and want to sell that one in Miami, but then he's upgraded. Is 1031 exchange applies here? Can he do that?
If it's personal use property, he can't, but it's trade or business property, he can. So 1031, as long as it's U.S. real estate, you cannot do it from the foreign real estate to a U.S. real estate.
It has to be U.S. real estate.
Yes.
Okay.